Manoj? A warm good morning to one and all. Myself, Dr. Rajamani, postdoctoral research fellow at State Bank Institute of Leadership, Kolkata. As a fellow of SBIL, I am doing my research on MSME sector and disseminating my research insights through papers in various journals, conferences, and public forums. I am going to be the moderator of today's virtual panel discussion on MSMEs, challenges, and opportunities. I request Mr. Saroj Kumar Patnaik, Director, State Bank Institute of Leadership, Kolkata, who is a dynamic leader and motivator, to give away the introductory remarks and welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. At the outset, good morning. This initiative of yours is really appreciative, because earlier also you had taken that MSME, the Atma of the Indian industry. And now also you have come out with this MSME challenges and opportunity. In the present realms of things, this could not be more relevant than any other things. But at the outset, I would like to welcome the esteemed panel members, Padma Shri Dr. A. Saktivel, Mr. Santosh Palves, and Mr. Balchandra. Regarding Mr. Saktivel, he is Chairman Papaya Groups, Chairman Apparel Export Promotion Council, APEC, India. Mr. Santosh Palves, Founder and CEO, UMM Digital, Chief Innovation Officer, Belfrix Global, and Mr. Balchandra, co-founder and CEO of Wash-Up Laundry. What I'm trying to say, obviously, after my introductory remarks, you are going to share the details of this profile of the erudite and eminent personality. But coming back to the topic which you have chosen and for which the Strategic Leadership Institute is now deliberating upon. Regarding the MSME sector, it is the backbone of Indian economy. No one can deny, considering the entire infrastructure, the way it's a young nation and the way it is faster going. MSME is the backbone. The sector provides an employment to 140 million people, contributing almost 30% of India's GDP. This is something no government or no nation can afford to miss. And here, close to half of country's total export also depend on MSME. This is the thing, and here this unforeseen and what should I say? It's an unforeseen and situation, and this unprecedented situation, it has derailed the process of the entire MSME, the way everyone is aware of this lockdown and the health issue, the economic, everything. People are become totally displaced. The migrant laborers, the way they left the place of their work to proceed for the origins, everyone is aware of this. Ultimately, this COVID-19 impact to the industry, to the government, to everyone, it has created in such a manner, everyone is under, and the entire world is under pressure. So to create this, to undo this impact, obviously government has come back with a lot many things. And the RBI in that process has also given a lot many scopes and the financial things. Many public sector banks have introduced emergency credit line of credit, where MSME borrowers can never make some loan up to 200 crores or 10% of the existing fund-based working capital. What I'm trying to say is, here people are coming back tremendously. Recently, after the joining of my new chairman, esteemed chairman has also in the half-yearly result when it has come out, and prior to that also. The first time he has also given that impetus that the Atmanirbhar, the Prime Minister's dream or the desire the country to sustain its own feet. Here he has said we have a key role to play. SBI with such a mammoth size and the kind of reach we are having, we are going to make a difference and we should be part of this Atmanirbhar Bharat. And because of that, he said in this mission or in this endeavor of the esteemed Prime Minister or the Government of India, SBI must come out very strongly. In this level, this is a small effort in our own way, being a strategic leadership institute. We are also trying to connect. We want to share these ideas. We want to utilize this platform so that people are going to be sensitized. People are going to know what is this Atmanirbhar, what is this MSME things. And here we are going to be a strong link so for the ideas and the present position is concerned. Apart from this Atmanirbhar, Prime Minister ambitious desire or the connect with the people, he has also said there is vocal for local. And recently for Deepavali also he has said there is a local for Diwali. Because everyone knows for Deepavali, for the ideal, for small crackers, from the smaller that lights also, we depend on the country which ultimately has created a havoc to this nation. And this is the right time how our small scale industries are going to make a difference. So pandemic is opening up a fresh opportunity as well as for business. There is a scripting new stories. But what is my mind is, and one of the best narrative is written about, that is regarding entrepreneurship is about being able to face failures, manage from failures, and succeed after failures. I think that fits really for this. But after this COVID-19 and this unprecedented situation, we have to define what is the failure is. Normally, people think failure in different branches, financial, economic, act of God. But here, this failure magnitude is so much. People are really, it is trying their level best how to cope with the situation, how to come. It's not only India per se, it is in the world, it has been there. But India is an emerging economy, it's a developing nation going very fast. And as it has been shared, when it is constituted, nearly 114 million people are being engaged with this. Any dereliction and this kind of magnitude and not putting ourselves in that stable of the situation, it creates really a huge kind of vulnerability. So MSME is the backbone of national economic structure. And in this background, when the SBIL has come back and put this in the platform, and I congratulate Madam Rajamani. She has thought of this and she has ensured that all eminent and erudite panelists are there. Obviously, they are going to take it forward, and there will be lot many takeaways which we are going to have in the midst of the discussion. So while coming to about my sharing of my thoughts, just one thing I would like to share. What is my institute is all about? State Bank of Institute of Leadership is a strategic leadership institute. Basically, the basic idea is having this institute is to groom future leaders in BFSI sector. It's not confined to SBI only. It can cater to the needs of not only nationalized banks and other insurance sector, but it goes beyond boundaries also. Apart from that, always there is a thought of to bring academic excellence and reputation to the bank. So because of that, as Madam was saying, there is a research fellows are there. Other faculties of different domains are present here. There is a high qualified DGMs are there in academic angle. And here there is a beautiful infrastructure which takes care of this. In this regard, we have gone beyond boundaries. There is an international lecture series also, where we have connected with wide spectrum of people with varieties of relevant issues, whether it's Japan, Russia, Switzerland, Netherlands. So different topics we have always generated. And furthermore, we have gone for the special conversation series. Apart from topic per se and specific individual, we have also shared with the circle CGMs, those who are circle chief, those who are facing the difficult times, so that people can connect with each other. In this regard, our connect with the people has come to such a fore during this pandemic. Whether it's IAM directors, whether it's ambassadors, whether it's a director general of police, whether it's a chief executive, or whether it is secretary of FICCI, everyone is in our platform. And we are really privileged. We have taken in this regard, the team SBIL has come forward. Everyone, all the team members in their different domains, they have also tried to connect. Yesterday evening, there was a connect with the Wharton Law College also. So furthermore, all the interaction is always in the live ministry. Today also the discussion is going to be put up in YouTube and Facebook. So this is a sincere and very humble endeavor to connect with the issues as well as the eminent personality. And this effort is on, and this effort is to put forth SBI's main intention. And here, because of that, we are sharing the thoughts of our topmost leaders, our chairman, what he's thinking. and how it has to go forward. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Rajamani. Please take care of it and take care of the entire navigate this. And thank you very much to all my panelists, those who have given their valuable time and they have ensured to enhance the entire discussion. And it would be a privilege for us that they have taken that time to be with us. Thank you, Madam Rajamani. Please take care and navigate.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your introductory remarks and welcome address. Let me set out the context of today's discussion. As we all know, MSME, micro, small, and medium enterprises are the pillars of economic growth of the country, often rightly termed as the engine of growth. MSMEs have played a dominant role in the development of the country in terms of creating employment opportunities after agricultural sector and scaling manufacturing capabilities, curtailing regional disparities, and balancing the distribution of wealth and contribution to the GDP significantly. MSME sector has provided many innovations to the country, and India has around 63 million MSMEs, which employ around 111 million people, contributing 30% to GDP. Total contribution of MSMEs in country's export is 45%. Despite all the glories, in general, MSMEs face challenges in the area of finance, technology, marketing, compliance, issues related to labor, research, infrastructure, etc. According to Dun and Bradstreet study, MSME was among 5 key sectors in India that witnessed the severe impact of the pandemic, even as its recovery was expected to be a long term ahead. MSMEs had largely faced challenges due to the disruption in the supply chain, lack of raw materials, unavailability of migrant labor, and restrictions in transportation. Also, cost of maintenance for required hygiene levels and change in work processes for MSMEs in the service sector, such as shift to teleworking, would be higher for small businesses. Moreover, lack of technical expertise may continue to be a hurdle for MSMEs to adopt digital technology to enable business online. Though MSME business has been badly disrupted, there is a silver lining in the government efforts to boost the MSME sector by providing the much needed financial support and leniency. From collateral free loans for starting the business to moratorium on existing loan EMIs can prove to be a very helpful for the sector to bounce back. And we must reflect and learn from the crisis we are going through in the present and revisit our approach in MSMEs to come out with effective solutions for the sustainable growth in the sector. With this thought, State Bank Institute of Leadership organizing this important webinar on MSMEs, challenges and opportunities to discuss about the current situation and solution to move ahead. Today, we have an amazing panel to deliberate on this theme. I am very much privileged and honored to introduce our esteemed panelist who has phenomenal and rich experience. Let me introduce the panel member. The first on the panel is Padma Shri Dr. Shri A. Shaktivel, Chairman, Poppies Group, and Chairman of Apparel Export Promotion Council, India. Pathbreaker, industry leader, guide, mentor, nationalist, philanthropist, humanist, and we can add more. He has been serving the trade and industry as member of board and chairman for 3 times in Apparel Export Promotion Council for last 35 years. Now he has taken charge as chairman of Apparel Export Promotion Council on 6 January 2020. He is the one and only person in the history of the council swearing for the 4th time as chairman of the council. He played a vital role for the growth of exports of Tirupur as well as of India. He was also president of Federation of Indian Export Organization and 6 times unanimously selected as the chairman of Southern region. And he, as the president of Tirupur's Exporter Association, popularly known as TEA, has been continuously in the helm of affairs for the past 27 years since establishment of TEA in 1990. He was a prime mover of so many visionary projects executed in Tirupur. To name a few, Tirupur Export Knitwear Industrial Complex, Inland Container Depot, Tea Public School, New Tirupur Area Development Corporation Limited, NIFT Tea Fashion Knitwear Institute, India Knitwear Association, Netaji Apparel Park are his visionary projects. He was instrumental in implementing the third water project in Tirupur, which was executed by NTADCL, former under public-private partnership model, with an outlay of 1,200 rupees crores. He was also president of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Coimbatore, chairman of Tamil Nadu branch, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, first chairman of Apparel Made-ups and Home Furnishing Sector Skill Council, chairman for India Knit Fair Association for the last 24 years, chairman of Congo Global Forum, and also served as director in UCO Bank, IDBI, and ECGC. He was conferred Padma Shri Award in the year 2009 by the central government in recognition of his exceptional service to export sector. He was also conferred a degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa on 24th November 2011 from Bharatiyar University, Coimbatore. Also noteworthy to mention here that he has been a recipient of awards Nit Sarathi, Kongu Nadu, Sadhanayalar Virudu, and Kongu Mamani Virudu. We are proud and privileged to have such an eminent personality in our panel. Welcome you, sir. Next on the panel is Mr. Santosh Pallavesh, CEO and founder, UMM Studios and Technologies Private Limited, CEO and founder of Omni Digital, CEO and co-founder of Takeoff Marketing Communication, Chief Innovation Officer of Belfrix Global Blockchain Startup. Santosh Pallavesh has successfully completed his bachelor's in mechanical engineering as well as master's in business administration from Anna University, Chennai. He has 10 plus years of entrepreneurial experience in fintech as well as digital transformation. He started his career as freelancing designer, short film director during college, second year in 2011, won a lot of short film competitions, designing competition, and slowly shifted focus to advertising, branding, and started his own company in 2007 as a startup, that is Untitled Movie Maker, shortened to UMM Studios. Started with one employee, and presently the company have 120 plus employees. UMM has ventured into advertising, branding, technology, digital marketing, and blockchain, with experts taking care of the respective verticals and have more than 750 plus clients, including Fortune 500 brands globally. UMM offices have a presence over 5 countries, namely India, UK, USA, Dubai, and Singapore. He had been through a lot of struggle to make UMM to the top 25 digital transformation agencies in India. As a Chief Digital and Innovations Officer of Belfrix, he is responsible for helping businesses, industries, governments, banks to adopt blockchain. He is constantly innovating creative and functional ways in which blockchain can be adopted by businesses and government for better way of transaction. He was also conferred with 12 plus awards, to name a few: Quality Brand Award, Rashtriya Udyog Ratna Award, Indira Gandhi Purushkar Award, Mother Teresa Excellence Award, European Quality Award, Gaurav Chakra Purushkar Award, etc. Welcome, Santosh. Next on the panel is Mr. Balachandar R, co-founder and CEO of Washup Laundry. Balachandar R, a Madras University graduate, majored in commerce, is known as successful entrepreneur, marketing and retail professional, and leather connoisseur. He later in 2002 completed master's program in international business, a joint program with IIFT and PSG College of Technology. He was a trainee at Tata International, where he worked on market research and business development to launch Donna Elena, an Italian luxurious leather accessories brand in India, and has also worked as the head of retail business at High Design. Prior to launching Washup, he had worked for Triology Retail as partner and marketing head, HSIPL as director of business development, Baron Ventures as principal consultant. He is also known as the founder, honorary president of Next Gen Retailers Forum, which was launched in November 2014. He is the co-founder of Washup Laundry, India's pioneer in organized laundry space. He has 20 plus years of retail experience. He is a business transformation expert for retail and consumer businesses. He is involved with leading brands like High Design, Your Story, Naturals, DT. He is a council member of Retailers Association of India. Balachandar is also a Dun & Bradstreet Excellence Awardee and awarded top 100 retail minds in India by CMA Asia. Welcome you, sir. With this introduction, let us deliberate on our today's team, MSMEs, challenges and opportunities. I'll start my first question with Shaktivel sir. Sir. Shaktivel sir, can you please switch on your camera? I request all the speakers to switch on their cameras.
சொல்ல யாரும் மியூட் பண்ண பிடிக்கிறேன். சொல்லிட்டாங்க.
Okay. The Poppies group of companies with an annual turnover of $50 million is your brainchild. You have sown the seed and nurtured Poppies Knitwear Private Limited to be one of the leading knitwear exporters of India. Your endeavor has placed Tirupur as a name to be reckoned with in the global market with respect to the knitwear industry. As opening remarks, we would like to hear from you your journey as an entrepreneur. Please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Rajamani. Thank you for inviting me the State Bank of Institute of Leadership, Kolkata. You want to start about Poppies Knitwear, or you want to talk about the journey of trade and industry? How to you want to talk about my own company first, and that or about the trade and industry?
So your own company and about your journey.
Okay, thank you. Again, good morning to all. This is Shaktivel from Poppies Knitwear, Tirupur. My own journey, if you take it, in 1973, I started this Poppies Knitwear in a small way. That is with the 50,000 rupees investment. Even though we started for the domestic purpose, for 3 to 4 years, we were doing only domestic market, especially in northern India, Delhi and Punjab, UP and other places. But slowly then in 1977 and 78, we want to come into the export. So we started one company called Ashoka International. Then slowly we have Poppies Knitwear itself came into the export from 1980 onwards. So first 3 years, we got the #1 exporters those days itself for the exports. Then slowly we were started spreading our wings to all over the world. So now our group turnover is about 300 crores, and we do export to mostly all over the world, I can say. This is what my personal thing is. What I just want to say is, with the 50,000 rupees as a capital, I could reach this to my the best contribution is by none other than the State Bank of India. I started my accounts in Tirupur with 50,000 rupees as a capital. State Bank of India has helped me to all the way to come to this position. I always say, when I go to bed, I always thank and sometimes even praise State Bank of India for giving this position to be a leader in India. So thanks to State Bank of India always. And for MSME sector, of course, I don't want to talk more about the poppies, but when the crisis happened, MSME sector, especially apparel sector, is suffered a lot. The most affected sector is our apparel because we were because of the corona crisis, a lot of buyers canceled the orders, a lot of buyers went bankruptcy, and a lot of buyers asked us to postpone the orders. So we went into the lot of problems. Even a lot of people are not able to even to pay wages. That much crisis we faced. Thank to our Honorable Minister of Textile, that along with me, she appealed to all the buyers, please don't cancel the orders. Please accept the deliveries maybe by postponing 3 to 6 months. So that helped us a lot. Then buyers also, I wrote all the buyers all over the world as a chairman of Apparel Export Promotional Council. The buyers also agreed by keeping their long relationship with us. And slowly they said that we will, with some discount, they will pay the amount. And some buyers asked for the postponement of orders by 3 to 6 months. So slowly we have came back. This corona crisis helped us, that became an opportunity for us, because in the month of March, especially in medical textile, that PPE kits and gloves and masks, India production is, I can just say it's a zero. But today, we are number 2 in producing medical textiles. So we have reached this position because of the crisis made us to come into the manufacturing of medical textiles. We were talking about the technical and medical textiles so long, but the crisis brought us into the situation of producing medical textile, and we are number 2 in the world. Especially if you in Tirupur, if you see that we are the maximum manufacturer of N95 and 2-3 ply mask. Earlier, of course, the government was banned our export of PPE kits, but slowly they lifted the ban. Now we are able to export all our medical textile product to all over the world. So this is the situation of our market is concerned. And if you see the government help, of course, earlier that MSME description was not helping us. It was still there is a 5 to 10 crores is the investment limit, and turnover they are also restricted. But we requested Finance Ministry, MSME Ministry, Commerce Ministry, and our Textile Ministry to give us MSME status. I should thank all the Government of India. They consider our request. Now we have been declared 50 crore as an investment limit and no turnover limit. So most of the exporters, because of this clarification or the notification, we become MSME exporters. The good thing is, earlier notification says that whatever the machine you bought even in 20 years back, that's the value they take it. But with the new notification, it's only a written down value. So whatever you bought it for even 50 crores those days, if the written down value is 10 crores, the MSME Ministry is taking as a 10 crores only as investment value. That's another biggest help. So with the MSME help, then of course, government has announced some interest subvention. So all the exporters, we are arranging the interest subvention. As I said, the corona crisis helped us a lot, in the sense when market started picking up, especially customers, I can say not only the stores, customers started looking for India. I don't want to say it's an anti-sentiment of China, but positive sentiment towards India has helped us a lot. The people in the world wants to buy apparel from India. So slowly we started getting the orders. I'm happy to announce that in the month of September, we did 11% plus than the last year. in the month of October, we did about 7% plus than last year. So that means that we are in the growth path now. So thanks to the Kerala crisis, so that we can take this crisis into the opportunity. So this is the introduction I just want to say. Then afterwards, anybody wants some questions, then I'll answer it. Thank you, Rajamani, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to know about your inspiring journey. And also, we are happy that SBI has been backbone in, for your growth of this sector. Thank you, sir. Next,
Not
I would
just
like
for our growth, Tirupur growth. Tirupur, actually, when I started my association, our growth was 15 crores. But today, we are doing more than 27,000 crores export out of Tirupur. And initial stage, the State Bank of India helped us hand-holding, that is to teach us what is LC, what is DP, what is DA. So all those things are done by the State Bank of India. So I always say Tirupur is State Bank of India and State Bank of India is Tirupur. So
Thank you, sir.
It is SBI always.
We would like to hear from you more. We'll come back to you soon. Next, my question is to Santosh Palavesh. UMM Digital is an innovation-driven digital firm providing technology development services and other digital solutions to innovative companies around the world. As a opening remarks, I would like to know from Santosh. Santosh, your journey as an entrepreneur. Santosh?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think you can hear me now. Right. So, yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Rajamani ma'am. It's been a pleasure, sharing the ideas with other guests as well. Right. So, my journey, I think, you personally know me, so I think you'll know my journey. But in general, if you ask me, I'm a straight out of college to a startup guy, right? So, I started as a freelance designer, a freelance web development guy back in 2008 when I was doing my engineering. One thing was that I did not want to get into a usual template of getting into a placement and getting into a job, which any typical youngster would want to do. I just wanted to be on my own. You could call it for financial freedom or the being in the control of your own time. So that's how I started. So that's how my journey humbly started back in 2010. As soon as I finished my college as a mechanical engineer. But after that, it was pretty much a well enjoyable entrepreneur journey. So we all started from an one-man army into what we are today, right? So I started without any big capital establishment or a big funding establishment, pretty much bootstrapping. So we were completely a sales-driven organization. So what started as a design company, we then slowly ventured into technology. So back in 2013, if you see, that's when slowly internet was seeping in, right? So YouTube was getting popular, company websites were becoming more popular. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, the websites are becoming popular, and 2013-14 is when smartphones were also coming into the market. So we slowly got into the app development and the website development and etc. And I think the time was right, so we started growing. So what started as more of as a dream back then, today we are approximately 12 years old and we have close to 130 employees globally. So we have offices in London, Dubai, Singapore, and most of our team sits back in Chennai. So, and I also moved to London. I keep shuttling between UK and India. So what my company does at this point of time is we primarily help corporates, SMEs and startups in building technology products, right? Because everybody wants to go digital, but is everybody successful, being a digital company? No, right? So we help them in succeeding. So we help build mobile application, we help build web applications in the right way. And that's contributes to around 60% of the company's revenue. Another 30-40% comes in from digital marketing, because marketing is also completely digital these days. Everybody is trying to promote on Google, Facebook, set up their e-commerce site and etc. So we help in digital marketing to establish brands to grow online. So that's my share, fair share of journey, Rajamani.
Thank you, Santosh. I've seen you growing from a second-year mechanical engineering student to this much very great heights. Thank you. Next, my question is to Bala sir. Sir, Washop is India's first friendly neighborhood laundry and dry cleaning service. It is affordable and has a free home pickup and delivery service. As opening remarks, I would like to know your journey as an entrepreneur. Please, sir. So you are in mute. Please unmute, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Thanks a lot for inviting me, and good morning and warm, greetings to all the fellow panelists, and most importantly, also Padma Shri Shaktivel sir. Thank you. I've heard a lot about you. Pleasure meeting you online. Vanakkam, sir, and hi to Santosh and the other panelists as well. So, just a quick brief on what why laundry. In today's webinar, we have an eminent industrialist, we have a digital expert, we have another industrialist from leather. So, laundry contributes. Not many people know it contributes 2 lakh crore to Indian economy in terms of the as a industry. The size is 2 lakh crore. Unfortunately, it's all unorganized sector. Not many of us know also that there are 11.2 million dhobis in India. And this is a sector which is a daily use, right? I mean, even a salon, you can go for a haircut once in a month. Clothes you will buy maybe once in 3 months. But every day we need to wash clothes. So this is a huge sector waiting for a large explosion in terms of how it can professionalize and modernize. I have been a retail professional throughout my career, and I saw this as an opportunity 10 years back to professionalize and start a organized player in this space. If you see, most of them are mom and pop stores or family run businesses. 10 years back, we started the professional outfit, which got funded by various investors, acclaimed investors across India, and we scaled it up across 10 cities as well. Of course, the story is we've gone through a lot of ups and downs, and now we are there in the south, and we are building a sustainable neighborhood laundry model through our WhatsApp laundromats with innovation in water recycling, using laundry mobile vehicles and all that. So that's a long story for another day. But what I would like to stress today on this webinar where we are talking about MSME is that when we are talking about this huge crisis that has hit us, we all, there are figures that 100 million Indians have lost jobs and we are trying to replace jobs and all that. I feel the biggest opportunity for India is going to be the micro entrepreneurship. If we want to turn this disaster of COVID into an opportunity, we need to make and migrate more Indians who are employed into micro entrepreneurs. That means we need to create opportunities which are 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh kind of business investment where people take the risk. They can say, instead of earning 25,000, 30,000 in a job, can I start up something small? Can we create that platform? Can we create that ecosystem? Is a huge challenge, not only for entrepreneurs like us, but also for ecosystem enablers like you at SBI and government as well. There are sectoral issues, so people who are getting into this micro entrepreneurship need to choose sectors which are, at this time, when you look at aspirational and discretionary sector, the business levels are, challenging, but sectors that are doing well are daily requirements like your grocery, medicals, laundry, being one of the other daily requirements. These are sectors that we can help choose these micropreneurs to start from. And I think as we move this a sector like laundry from unorganized to organized, the challenges are for us as an industry is to modernize, bring in technology, create a brand which customers can trust, and of course make it digital. So I think that's where the role of entrepreneurs like us come into play. And we are very happy that institutions like SBI are supporting many micro entrepreneurs and with a large number of programs. And government has also been very focused on micro entrepreneurship in India. We just wish that the laundry sector is also a little bit taken more seriously in terms of government support. For example, just a small example, the dhobi sector is 2 lakh crore, as I said, 11.2 million dhobis. 98% of them are unorganized. So unorganized means that one of the criteria is they don't pay service tax. They are not registered under service tax regime, right? But for that 1% who are getting registered and turning organized, there is a tax of 18% of service tax on dhobi sector. And for a dhobi sector, 18% is not necessary. So that I hope that the policymakers can relook at sectors like this. We are moving into a matured phase in GST, like how tailoring services was reduced to 5%. Laundry also probably if it's reduced to 5%, it will help a lot of unorganized players to come into organized. And with help of modern technology, branding, digital, we can move the sector to a largely organized sector. So that's my thought on this starting remarks. And I feel that services will be a huge component of MSME, and we have to have a services policy itself and take, because services have a unique requirement as far as policies and structuring are concerned. concerned. If we can take that up and drive it as a sector, there's a huge scope for growing services in India as well. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you to hear from you. And my next question is to Saktivel sir. Sir, cotton yarn, fabrics, handloom products were commodities least affected in terms of exports from India, with a decline of about 0.42% in August 2020 compared to the same month in the previous year. As an exporter, could you brief us about the challenges both in the supply and demand side currently this sector is facing in COVID-19 scenario?
Yes, but as I said earlier, we are the worst affected industry during the starting of Corona crisis. As I said, cancellation of orders, buyers bankruptcy, and failure of market in close downing of shops. Everything is got affected. But now we picked up, as you said, that we are plus now because of positive sentiment towards India, and also that we started doing medical textiles. Not only that, in the APC, once I took over the chairman in January, I find out there is a big scope for exporting man-made fiber garments. So far, we were doing only the cotton garments. If you see the ratio, we were doing 85% cotton garments, only 15% man-made fiber garments. Now, we want to, we did a research. What are the articles or HS code is exported by China, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Bangladesh. Then, which are the SH code is imported by main countries like Europe, UK, and USA. We find that all the countries were exporting nearly 70% of the MMF garments only. So now we started the exercise of doing that, promoting MMF garments. We had already 4 webinar on this. We invited a manufacturer of MMF fiber and yarn for the webinar. We find that we have plenty of fiber and yarn, but we are lacking in fabric. We are not having an international standard fabric. So we are working on this now. Even the government is going to come with a policy of production link incentive scheme for MMF fabric. So once that scheme also comes in, we are also preparing our exporters to come into the manufacturing of MMF garments.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. In the same line, I would also like to know from Santosh. According to survey launched by Applus, coronavirus poses actual physical challenge for digital organization. For example, almost 68% of digital agencies reported having experienced a decrease in their overall revenue over the past few months. Could you brief what are all the challenges that this particular business sector has faced during the pandemic?
Yeah, so right. So I get that question, but it also depends on, which digital agencies are we talking about, right? So if you look at considerably a lot of SME software companies and digital companies, in my perspective, with my network, most of them have had only an increase in business because I think COVID was a hard slap on every business and, pretty much every businessman that they need to wake up to digital, right? So because in fact, let's be very honest. I mean, a lot of people didn't even agree to pop up into video calls last year, right? So imagine last year if I had gone to any of my client back in India and said, hey, can we meet on Zoom? And they'll be like, are you joking or what? I need you in person to meet you, trust you, and etc. But look at us all of now, right? So in fact, including some of the bank openings these days, I'm speaking to the manager over Zoom call, and they're okaying with that, right? So it took a very COVID hard slog for us to basically get that. So in my perspective, actually speaking, I think the performance-driven digital agencies have in fact only increased in revenue. Is my personal perspective, because we also saw an increase in terms of revenue as well as the number of projects that come in and etc. But yeah, I do agree that some of the digital agencies also went into loss in revenue because most of the digital agencies survive on servicing the offline businesses, right? We're talking about those textile, we're talking about retail, we're talking about real estate. So only by servicing these companies, digital agencies are actually making a lot of revenue. So when these client sectors started to get affected, then obviously the payments got delayed and a lot of other challenges, had slowly stepped in. So there became a decline. But if you look at it, I think slowly as the companies are waking up to the digital era, I think digital agencies are bouncing back quicker as well. I think to bounce back more quicker, I think digital agencies has to be innovative, and also since the time are hard, they need to try and way to service the client within the budget and in the most innovative solutions as possible, right? So this is not the time to kind of take the situation for advantage and try and charge huge bills and etc. Considering the fact that these businesses are also suffering, we need to try and see and work innovative methods to offer digital solutions at a much cheaper price to the client so that they also can leverage digital solutions. If you can try and adopt that, and I think digital agencies can bounce back pretty well. So that's my honest thoughts on this.
Thank you for your thoughts, Santosh. In same line, I would also like to ask the same question to Bala sir. Sir, COVID-19 pandemic seems to be washed away the existence of many micro firms, especially washermen losses due to the lack of businesses have left for their villages. Those who remain are struggling to make ends meet. What kind of challenges this particular business sector has faced during the pandemic?
Yes, I think as I'd mentioned.
So you went on mute.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. So as I had mentioned, modernization is inevitable. For the Dobis who have been in the unorganized sector, who have been using the coal, iron and stuff like that, I think getting onto a branded platform, getting some backing in terms of having an infrastructure, getting some way of digitally connecting with clients. Now, even clients don't want to pay on GPay and don't want to handle cash because of fear of hygiene. And the fourth important thing is again hygiene. How are we going to ensure that the clients are comfortable about the hygiene of washing with Adobe? These are all things that come into picture. Hygiene, which never mattered for India that much in terms of priority, because for us cost mattered more than hygiene. Now post-COVID, hygiene will start to matter. I think this is when the whole industry has to get together, and organized players, professional players like us, we are doing our bit to say that asking to the Dobis that why don't you come on board, not as an employee but as an micropreneur. We will provide a mobile laundry in which you can operate. We can work out a revenue share. We are ready to facilitate loans for you to upgrade and stuff like that. So I think we have to look at an inclusive approach as a strategy, which is what we are doing, rather than trying to eliminate Dobis. Companies like us have to focus on elevating Dobis. So that's the core of our business model. And I think if we do that, people will essentially come back to cities, restart on their professions, and move ahead. My bigger problem is actually, if you'd see, most of the Dobis are all in their 50s and 60s. All of them work hard to make their sons and daughters engineers, and they don't want to join this profession, right? The next generation, you will not find any young Dobis. So for us, also to make this sector a cool sector, which can employ youngsters, make it a viable, earning opportunity is a challenge, which is what we are trying to address by corporatizing this whole thing. So people look at their working with a corporate rather than they're working with Adobe sector. So that's the whole intention. So I think hygiene, digital, and of course accessibility to technology to modernize and all that is going to be key. And companies like us have to work hand in hand along with the 11.2 million Dobis to make that change happen. It won't happen either because of the Dobis or only because of the companies.
So it is clear from this question that all the sectors are facing many challenges. As per Santosh, digital is not facing that much challenge, whereas from Saktivel sir and from Bala, we could able to hear that all these sectors are facing many challenges. The next question to Saktivel sir. Sir, what kind of strategies your business has followed, or you would be advising to the apparel sector? What need to be this sector need to adopt to overcome the challenges?
See, actually, what my suggestion or what we are doing in our own company, and I also give my suggestion to our fellow members, that now there is a good opportunity for us to explore more business. Now, the future is virtual marketing. So we are all asked to look for the virtual marketing. Now in APC itself, I am developing a virtual platform where you can showcase your product. And the virtual platform is a very unique one. It will be for 365 days, 24/7. We can exhibit even 500 exhibitors in that platform. Each exhibitors will have a stall, and they can have all the facilities like a physical showroom. They can upload their samples every day. They can change their profile every day. They can do whatever they want to do as they are doing in the physical stall. So this is we developed at APC, and we just yesterday only I introduced that. There's a good response, and it has come out nicely. So with this platform, what the whole world can see us in the platform, and exhibitors can exhibit their product. And also we will be having every month we'll have a special shows for a particular country, specific countries. So maybe next month we'll show for us Spain. So the persons who are all interested to showcase the for a Spain market, they can showcase their product. So like that, we'll have a special shows also. Then we'll have a special fairs, as we have used to have a India Garment Fair and India Knit Fair. We can have the same fair in a virtual mode. So this is the best way of marketing we find, and we have already developed it, and it's very successfully doing it. Now regarding the manufacturing activities, as I said, there is a huge opportunity for the man-made fiber garments. Please shift your base from cotton-based to man-made fiber garments. And also, now the medical textile is going to be the future. Like mask is a part of life now. See, we see in even now in India, they started making or wearing mask according to their shoes and handbags. So the mask market is going to be huge. And also this N95 and 2 and 3 ply medical mask also, because now everybody is want to be cautious and they want to wear mask. Without the mask, they don't want to go. So for another decade, I think this medical textile will be there in the market. So please try to explore this market also. Then now technical textile also is coming in big way, for a uniform for doctors, uniform for the boilerman, uniform for police, traffic police. So like that, there is a huge market. We identify the product also. There's a huge market for technical textiles also. So these are the areas now our exporters should concentrate, and they should develop their ability into this market, into this product. Definitely, then we can grow.
Thank you, sir. You have given strategies for the apparel industry for another decade. Thank you. And next, Santosh. Santosh, though you said that digital is not that much affected, but still, I feel that from the data, there are many digital agencies are facing some challenges. What kind of strategies would you be recommending or suggesting for the industries need to adopt to revive from this pandemic?
Okay, so first of all, based on my statement, see, digital sector definitely has seen some decline in revenue. No doubts in that. But we as a company, we haven't been hit much, and some of my own companies haven't been hit much. But yeah, a lot of companies definitely have gone through it. So I don't deny that factor. Okay, but looking at the current situation right now, I think it's high time that these companies also adopt to it, right? So especially in India, MSME sector, what's needed at this point of time is digital solutions at more cheaper pricing as well. Now, take for example, in fact, when Shaktivel sir had shared that he's launching a new digital product, a virtual kind of platform and etc. Right. So everybody has kind of an idea or a product that they have in mind which can digitally be brought to life and can help revive their business. Right now when they want to develop it, this is not the time to basically try and charge huge unaffordable costs. Where I see that some of the digital agencies are still sticking to that particular standard. So I think if a digital and software companies, I'm talking both software and digital marketing companies, both of them, if they can try and reduce their pricing to adapt to the current market and also think more than service, but can think from product mindset, right? So product mindset, I'm talking about if they can provide a solution to a particular textile client of theirs, then can they replicate the same solution to multiple textile clients? If they come out with a retail-based solution, can they replicate the same solution to multiple retail clients? If they think at that multiplication factor, if they think in the product mindset, then you see a lot of successful products, right? So you see companies like Freshdesk or companies like Kislo Metrics, all born out of Chennai. They're doing really well, Zoho and stuff like that. So if you can think in the product mindset, then I think a lot of digital agencies can try and increase their revenue pretty quickly itself. Because if you look at a product mindset, then all you need is a good product and internet marketing, a good marketing team, digital marketing strategy. You can immediately market to the entire of India, because there's a lot of offline business guys from various industries who are looking for digital solutions to help revive them, right? Starting from small POS, payment gateway companies, to small e-commerce companies, mobile application development companies, and virtual platform companies. So the scope is huge. The scope is huge because till now it has been a mindset that the software and technology, predominantly the TCS and the Infosys layer, has been servicing all the big boys, right? But right now, even it's been a good wake-up alarm for all of SMEs as well. So SMEs weren't very serious. We still have a lot of companies who don't have a CRM in place. We still have a lot of companies, smaller companies I'm talking about, who don't have an ERP in place, who don't have a proper digital solution in place. I know a lot of companies, SME companies doing big turnovers, still maintaining Excel sheets, right? Still running their companies on tallies, right? But they're not able to scale suddenly. So now it's time for all of them to basically wake up, and there's huge scope in this layer for digital agencies to come out with cost-effective, easy to use, pay per month kind of a SaaS model kind of a solutions. And I think if that can be adopted, a lot of digital agencies can bounce back pretty soon. I think that's my feedback on that.
So from your answer, we could able to see that there are many scope in the digital sector.
Huge.
I would like to know from Bala sir. Sir, what kind of strategies your industry need to adopt to revive from the pandemic? Do you have any take on that?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I think, one is, I feel that the relationships are going to change, right? The relationship that a business has with customers, relationship that the business has with vendors, relationship that the business has with employees. So one of the things I see is a lot of flexi employment happening, from 100% workforce being, fully, full-time employees. We would definitely move to a flexible employment where people also do other jobs as well. So that is something that I foresee happening. The second thing is, in terms of digital, Santosh has very well spoken about digital, but I think digital is going to be like a language that we will need to know to converse and do business. So without that, we will not be able to, transact and carry forward. So and digital is a huge ocean, right? What all you can do in digital, you need to, whether it's commerce, whether it's engagement, whether it's fulfillment. So different aspects of digital, different aspects of social. Each company needs to come up with its own strategy to do that. So that's something that we are focusing on. And third is, creating micro entrepreneurs. I think for us, it's very important as a company that's an SME to create more micro entrepreneurs and channel partners for us, rather than take the entire risk on one company's head. I think we want to divide the risk across people, and in that way, reward also will be divided across people. I think these three will be focus areas. Apart from that, we are looking at, and every challenge comes with a hidden opportunity. We are looking at some innovations that we can do in terms of water recycling, water generation, in terms of formats of laundry as well. To make reach to. Now it's very evident that the customer doesn't want to come to the shop. He wants the shop to come to the customer. So we are doing various, movable laundry models, where it can be serviced from the customer's doorstep itself. So these are the ways in which we are preparing post the pandemic. And there will also be a huge consolidation. Many brands will shut shop. Many brands will not be able to survive. So this is a phase that will differentiate the men from the boys. It will differentiate people who are having resilience, who can stand up to the challenges now that COVID is offering. And we hope that we can stand up to it and survive this phase and move ahead. So survive, sustain, grow is the way we are looking at in the next few months.
Thank you for your strategies. And to move forward, my next question to SBIL sir. Sir, as the chairman of the apparel boards, what is your opinion regarding the current policy response of the government to deal with the impact of COVID-19?
See, the certain extent, as I said, government has helped us. That I should say that the biggest help was that ECLGS scheme. So it has really given a lot of boost to the people who are suffering because of the COVID crisis. So again, I should mention here, the State Bank is the first bank to sanction this loan. Within 24, not even 24 hours, 12 hours, they sanctioned this EGLG code. For many exporters in Tirupur and all over India. So this has really helped us. The first thing is the government has considered this emergency credit loan. Then they brought us into the MSME sector so that we can get all the benefit what MSME sector is getting it. So that's the biggest help again by the government of India. And also they postponed this payment of maritime loan, and also receivable of buyers is for the delayed payment, and also they extended the forex cover. So like that, a lot of facilities have been extended during the crisis by the government and by the Reserve Bank of India. So these are all the help that they have done it. And also now the government is going to have a production linked scheme for the promotion of MMF garments. So with that scheme, we can definitely increase our export in MMF garments. So we're going to bring a separate scheme for this. So that will really help us in this crucial period. So I should thank government for all the help they're extending us. And my request to the exporters, please utilize this opportunity. And I said exporters are like phoenix. So they don't get down easily. They always rise up to the occasion. And I could say that my exporters' friends are already rising to the occasion because of the last 2 months export itself shows that we are coming out of this crisis.
Thank you, sir. As you said, the government is helping the exporters as well as the apparel industry in many ways to raise up to the earlier standard, the pre-COVID standard. Thank you. And my next question to Santosh. Santosh, the startup ecosystem and the innovations that provide the much needed credibility and fresh led to the growth and aspirations of MSMEs. But post-COVID, it is in a much stressed state. What is the way forward to keep the startup urge burning for the cause of entrepreneurship in India?
You're absolutely right. I think the first and foremost answer is more than the business or the economy, etc. It's more on the willpower, right? Because I think it's high time that we have the willpower as a most strongest thing inside. I see a lot of startups crumbling down, breaking down because they were not ready for such a hit and etc. But a lot of them are going through really tough times, right? And equally is the job market as well. In fact, the number of resumes that come to a company has in fact become 4 times, 5 times, and that shows what the market is actually going through. Startup system is going through a really tough time, right? And but at the same time, that doesn't mean its door is completely shut. I think right now the investors are pretty more awake to funding some really good, powerful, innovative solutions, right? So equally, if you look at it, a lot of startups, they just need to align their strategy to come out with more innovative solutions. So this is something that I keep saying, right? Today, in fact, trying to get a job that pays 1 lakh or 2 lakh salary per month is actually very tough in India. It's a premium salary. But if you're really street smart, you can try and crack a 1 crore, 2 crore investment from a HNI investor. It's the era for that, right? So people, in fact, before even going to bank funding and etc., it's the HNIs, people who have slightly bigger HNI individuals are the one who is actually funding all these startups. So that opportunity is very wide awake right now. I still see a lot of investors actively investing in a lot of tech startups, especially digital startups, tech startups to empower the future, because they know that sometimes the physical expansion, people are scared. At least for the next 1 or 2 years, people will be scared to expand branches or more like that because of the COVID hit. So that market is still awake. But my sincere advice to all the startups is just not let the willpower down. Investors is definitely more awake to startups right now. In fact, they are listening to startups with a better interest these days, especially post COVID. So I think that window was open. So it's just that your solutions has to be really innovative, right? So you can't look forward to raise funds with a very dumb idea, that's not going to work, or no investor is going to really fund a very dumb idea, right? So as long as your idea can really crack it, I think smart investors are still putting in money. So startups, I think it's the time that we need to be the strongest and try and pursue as much as possible.
Thank you. Thank you for your remarks. Then my next question to Bala sir. Sir, talking about labor woes, the major migration issue and poor treatment meted out to the MSME workers during lockdown exposed the underbelly of it. So much so, they late talk of a trend of pullback to agriculture labor happening in India. What are your views and prognosis about this?
So I think none of us were prepared for COVID, right? Neither the people nor government nor industry was prepared for COVID. So I think everybody did what was right for them. People had to save themselves. The companies had to save to survive to fight another day, and the government also had to do whatever was best in the balance of an economy, country, people, healthcare, everything, right? So going to the past and crying over spilt milk is futile. But what I feel very encouraging is that the industry, government, and the small entrepreneurs have come together to try and work on what is needed to go ahead to resurrect Indian economy. Like what Shaktivel sir has been saying, industry is supporting in many ways, working hand in hand with the banking system, working hand in hand with the government. My only appeal to all people in the ecosystem, even including the migrant workers or workers, is that as a nation, let's look at micro entrepreneurship as the next revolution. We really cannot keep on generating employment. We need to generate entrepreneurs. So right from, let's say, 50,000 rupees to 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, whatever, let's find out innovative models which probably can get the support of government and the industry as well. For example, if we take just the apparel sector, there can be at least even 50 to 60 micropreneurship opportunities that the Apparel Export Council can identify and say that this is possible. Of course, laundry, we can do that as well. Each of the sectors can take this up, and in a way, we can drive micro entrepreneurship and come out of the situation maybe in the next couple of years. Because 2021 is going to be far worse than 2020. This year, we have all borrowed to survive. Next year is when we will see the real backlash of what happened this year, right? So I think in that way, the only way, rather than to cry that there is no employment, people are displaced, let's go back to agriculture or whatever it is to create micropreneurship opportunities in whichever pockets we can. So that's, I feel, the answer to the solution.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your quick answer. My next question is to Shaktivel sir. Sir, in addition to the government measures, in what other ways the exporter associations or apparel boards helping the MSMEs to revive their business? Because as a chairman of many boards, you may be the correct person to give us this particular answer.
See, I always believe that government can only support us to some extent, but the entrepreneurship is more important in the MSME sector. We can't just say that everything government will do that we can start working. That is not at all possible, because now the modern world, government can do something, but not everything. As APC, what we have done now is we started contacting our embassy in all over the world, where our market is viable and visible. We went with Saudi Arabia. We did on VC. We requested embassy to get at least 40 buyers from Saudi Arabia. Same way, the people who are desperate for Saudi Arabia, we got about 50 exporters. We had a B2B meeting. So that has yielded a good result. Now, following this, now UK, Spain, Mexico, America have come forward. Canada has come forward. The BT has come forward to have this B2BT, and also we are started having a dialogue with the countries where the big associations in there. Like in America, we have a biggest association is American Apparel and Footwear Association. So there we have signing MOU to once we do that, then we'll have a B2B meeting. It's all in virtual platform. So, but they also agreed sector-wise they will arrange this meeting. Suppose the men's garments, ladies' garment, medical textiles, children garments like that, they will identify the buyers for us. The same way we'll identify the exporters for them, and we'll start working on this. In the meantime, we also participated in the virtual fair, which is now even it's happening in Las Vegas. We call the biggest fair for apparel is Magic Fair. So we already participated there. And we had last month one hybrid fair in Tokyo. There also APC has participated. And we are trying to have this fair in Canada and Australia also. So APC will help the exporters to participate in this fair. So the marketing and promotion of activities already APC is the big way. And it's helping the exporters. As I said, we already created a virtual platform, plus this B2B meeting, because we will not be able to travel and they will not be able to come to India. But with the Indian Embassy help and with the association outside India help, we can definitely market our products. And here, one good thing has happened with this crisis is virtual meetings and virtual platform is the biggest help for the apparel export. Why? Because we can approach the new countries and do buyers. Otherwise, when you have a physical fairs and physical travels, we'll be only approaching the existing buyers in the same way that buyers would be approaching only the existing suppliers or exporters. But now we can find the new market and the new buyers. And here, with the VC, with the Honorable Commerce Minister, we requested him to write all the embassies to help us out to have this B2 meeting. And our Secretary Textile also is doing that. So with the kind of a helping hand from the Indian embassies, the marketing will be done, especially the B2 meeting. That will help our exporters to increase our exports.
Sir, this is from the marketing side. From funding side, do you, from the boards, are you helping the exporters or MSME sector?
See, actually, funding side, now policy have come in state government also for the MSME sector. So they started giving, for example, for medical textiles, they are giving the capital subsidy up to 30%. So we are identifying with the MSME ministry. We had two big VCs with the MSME minister himself. What MSME can do. Same way we had a meeting with the MSME secretary also. Same way we had a meeting with the state government also. So this all this, as I said, that Santosh must be happy that nobody knows what is digital platform or a virtual platform or virtual meeting. Now everything is possible. You imagine last year, if you think that you would have arranged this webinar today, you are sitting in Kolkata, Mr. Bala is sitting in Chennai and he is sitting in somewhere, and some people from America
Santosh is sitting in London.
So that's what I'm saying. So these are possible only because of the corona crisis. So some crisis makes the opportunity. So this is the opportunity we see on this. And as I said, there's a positive sentiment towards Indian garment, and especially for ethnic and sustainability garment. The people believes in that now. Even generation talk about sustainability. They don't want to buy a garment which is not eco-friendly or natural friendly. So these are now, as I said, this virtual marketing is, we are in a big way in APC. And we are utilizing this opportunity with the help of outside agencies and also outside association. Here in this crisis, we form a STAR, it's called South Asia Association of all the apparel countries. With our effort, now we became a part of that STAR also. So the STAR is one thing that all the South Asian countries, exporters are joined together. So we can have an approach even in marketing as well as handling the problem with the buyers. So these are the activities we are doing in APC. And I find that it's already yielding result.
It's really inspiring to know the steps taken by apparel board and export board to promote the exports as well as the apparel sector. Thank you, sir. As we are a bit time, I'll take one important question with all of you. That may be the last question. As opening remarks, I'll start with Santosh first. Santosh, as a closing remarks, companies that embraced digital transformation more wholeheartedly have performed better during the pandemic and accept a faster rebound. While the laggards are now making necessary investment and racing to catch up, how technology can help tide over the COVID-19 crisis?
Though that's true, I wouldn't completely agree with that, right? Because some companies had an advantage. I know some companies who were not digitally ready, but they woke up much faster than companies who are digital ready as well, right? I think it all boils down to the founders of the organization or the management, as simple as that, right? So how quickly they're able to adopt to the change and they're able to wake up to the present scenario defends it all, right? So I know some founders who are still not cracking it digital, but I know some good management who immediately woke up to digital and have quickly adopted that as well. So I think it all comes down to how the management is able to quickly adapt and change the present technological situation, right? So that's how that's a major text for it. So now definitely there's no two questions that is technology going to help or not. Technology is a way to basically get this happen, right? Be it through digital solutions for selling or virtual marketing or whatever it may be. Technology is needed, right? So it's up to the companies and the management to bring out that digital transformation within the company. In fact, me and Bala sir, in partnership with RAI, Retail Association of India, I think have trained close to 10,000 plus retailers since March. We've been doing back-to-back webinars every alternate day, right? All 1 hour webinars to even 6 hours webinar, training them on digital. Close to, I think, 10,000 people plus if we have turned. In fact, Bala was quick enough to open up a separate vertical called Academy 10X, and using Academy 10X in partnership with RAI throughout India, we trained around 10,000 plus retailers on digital, and not only the founders and their management, their sales team and stuff like that. So it all comes down to that. So if the company is able to bring out the digital transformation within themselves, then they can definitely look forward to lead the game forward. So it's not like a company that was ready back in March has a very great advantage to a company that's only getting geared up right now. I don't completely agree with that, though there is a little bit of fair advantage, but it's just that if a company can quickly adapt to the change and bounce back, then they have a good chance of cracking it.
Thank you, Santosh, for your closing remarks. Bala sir, as a closing remarks, I would like to know from you. Reimagining technology for production, process, and delivery has become inevitable, whether you are a corporate or MSME. Post-COVID, biting this bullet will become all the more necessary for survival. How can MSMEs survive and thrive the onslaught of technological changes?
So I think first thing is for MSME, what is the biggest asset? The biggest asset is the entrepreneur. You forget all the machinery, land, building, and all that. The biggest asset is the entrepreneur. At this point of time, I think we need all our entrepreneurs to change, evolve. Forget what are the rules of the past and look at what is going to be the rules of the new normal. In that new normal, digital and technology is going to play a very large part. I think what's happened now is also it's broken the mindset. So I was speaking as a founder of WhatsApp, but I speak on behalf as a retailer. Earlier, retailers were thinking, if we set up a shop and sit down, that's our investment. Right now, we have been hit with the whole thing that even if we have a shop, if it's closed during shutdown, how do we sell? So that's when most of us retorted to online selling. I think now that has broken the whole barrier to say that if I have a shop in Chennai, I should sell in Chennai. Actually, I can have a shop or a warehouse in Chennai. Not necessarily I should have a shop. I can sell online across the world. So all these have been, I would say, huge shifts in the mindset itself. in that, I think learning digital is going to be a key skill for every entrepreneur. So every entrepreneur must embrace that and take it forward. We have taken some small step, as Santosh was saying, forming Academy 10X, which is a platform for training entrepreneurs into digital skills and various other skills required post-pandemic. We are happy to say that we have trained more than 10,000 plus SMEs and retailers in the last 8 months alone, and there have been further a lot of requests to do that. And we bring in industry experts to do this training, and that too virtually online. So it's all been an activity online that we have done. I think that's something that most entrepreneurs need to have an open mind. Many people have a digital phobia. They don't want to touch anything digital, anything social, anything online. But I think that has to change. Like how English was a major barrier for businessmen, digital now will be another barrier which we need to break. And that's my only humble request to all entrepreneurs. Try to learn digital, and what is digital will be very different for each of your industry, each of your business, each of your stage that you are in as a businessman. You don't need to become a digital expert like Santosh to start business, but you can of course pick up basic skills which will enable you to keep ensure that your business is alive and thriving post COVID as well. So that's my thought. And thanks for giving this opportunity, ma'am, and to the SBI team, and thank you for the fellow panelists as well. And my whole thing is we are not yet through with the COVID, so let's all still try to be safe and move over this phase. I think India as an ecosystem, we will be net of all gaining a lot from COVID than what we lose. So let's hope that we all as individuals and as businesses and SMEs put ourselves in a position where we can take advantage rather than lose from this last 1 year, whatever's happened. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bala. Thank you for your closing remarks. And it is also very inspiring to know about your service and Santosh service to this training the MSMEs in retail thing. Thank you. And my last question to Shaktivel sir. Sir, as a closing remarks, I appreciate if you could share your insights on how the MSME sector need to prepare themselves for these unexpected challenges and at the same time utilize the emerging market opportunities.
See, I already said about what MSME or apparel exporter can do. See, the another good thing is happening is now Government of India is encouraging a lot of investment and joint ventures. Now we have a big opportunity for this MMF governments. Now we can, as I said, that we are very weak in our processing. That is a fabric. We are not able to do it, but we have plenty of yarn and fiber. So utilizing this opportunity, we should start trying for a joint venture, especially from Taiwan, Korea, and Indonesia, where they are very strong in their MMF fabric. So we should bring a lot of joint venture here or technology transfer here and make your own factories here, because the Government of India is coming with a big policy encouragement for the MMF garments. The same way, the medical textiles, I said, we should utilize this. And apparel exporters always think big, and they always reach the height. Because if you see in Tirupur, the people were, most of the people are their basic investment maybe a capital, maybe a 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Now they're doing crores and crores of turnover. We have the entrepreneurs skill within the apparel exporters, and apparel exporters are one thing that I always say, they can face any situation, but they'll come out of it because they are very seasoned in their business, and also they're very seasoned in the tactics. So anything to be adopted in the world, the first person will be apparel exporters. Even in any machine to be introduced in the world, they come to India and come to Tirupur to introduce the machine. You don't believe that the N95 machine, which produces nearly 1 lakh pieces per day, Tirupur has imported 30 machines in Tirupur itself, N95. That's in the month of April itself they imported, so that they can plan it for you can think that how the exporters are planning for the future. So I'm very confident that apparel exporters will utilize this opportunity. They will do a big turnover in coming years. I'm happy to meet the young guy from London, the Santosh from India, Kolkata authorities, and my Tamil Nadu colleague, Mr. Bala, in this thing. Thank you, Rajamani, for bringing these two people to me. And Bala and Santosh, we will be keeping in touch with you.
Sure, sir. Looking forward. Thank you so much.
And I wish happy Diwali, because the good news yesterday night is that one vaccine has come with a 90% success. So hope this the Diwali we will celebrate immediately with the vaccine coming into India, so that in New Year will be the great year for Indians. Thank you, Rajamani, for asking me and inviting me for this. I wish all the participants success and happy Diwali. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your closing remarks. To summarize, the comprehensive discussion from the panel reveals the range and severity of the risk factors and concerns COVID-19 has posed before MSME. So MSMEs need to revise their business plans. They need to customize their action and respond at their enterprise level in order to turn their challenges into opportunities. So though there are many challenges, there are many opportunities also available, as Saktivel sir said. He has given strategies for another decade even. There are many opportunities in man-made fiber garments, medical garments, mass market, and technical textiles. Like Santosh said, in order to in order to have a digital transformation, the digital agencies need to reduce their pricing, and they need to give a product, what to call, solution-based products for the MSME sector. The innovation is the key to the success. The entrepreneurs need to have, should have the willpower, and they need to adopt and change their mindset to the present digital transformation. As Bala said, we need to innovate and embrace the technology to succeed. Thank you all. So with this, we come to the end of this program. I thank all the panelists individually, Dr. Saktivel sir, Santosh, Bala sir, for sparing your valuable time and for sharing remarkable insights with us in this panel discussion. I also render my special thanks to Director Mr. Sarosh Kumar Patnaik, and also thank the team SBIL who's behind the screen and the core reason for the success of this program. I also thank all the participants. Thank you one and all. Over to Director sir. Sir?
Yeah. Thank you, Madam. This entire discussion has so much of practical relevance, and considering the background of all the panelists, actually this is something, and especially in the Dhobi sector, 18% for GST, for 2% those who are going high tech. It's really so many things. It comes in a befitting manner, and the garments we are going ahead with really in true sense in Atmanirbhar. And the sky is the limit. These are young nations, but the ideas are really robust. We have taken care of this. And this kind of discussion, deliberation with the right kind of people, definitely it will going to change a lot of things. This is what the Prime Minister or the highest level, they are also thinking in this line. Let's in our own ways, we also create a link. Here, Rajamani Madam, you have taken real positive steps in this regard. We are really privileged and proud to have this persons, eminent person, as well as their ideas in place. Thank you very much. Happy Diwali. And another request to all three is, whenever you visit Kolkata, please find your time. We'll be very happy to receive you in the institute. That would be a great thing for us. Would like to place your ideas before the participants, so that would be really practical. And as Sir was saying, the 95% Pfizer's vaccination has given a real boost to self-confidence in the entire world. So let's look forward to all positive things to happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.